Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Film, and yes, this is my lab coat. Uh-huh. 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 Today in this video, we're doing a classic review on Tim Burton's Batman. Released in 1989, this is the first installment of Warner Brothers' Batman film series. As always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for reviews and more. Now that we got everything covered, let us begin reviewing Batman.
Cast and characters.
Now, let's first talk about the elephant in the room. Not that elephant. Not that one. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm talking about Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, played by Michael Keaton. During the day, he plays a charming billionaire, but at night, he plays a hardened vigilante determined to clean the streets of Gotham. And he does a splendid job playing both sides of this character to this day. Man, after all these years, he's still got it. But that's not all. What's so crazy is that when word got out that Michael Keaton was playing the role of the Batman, hundreds of people flipped out of their minds. Yeah, I'm not joking here. Apparently, people thought Michael Keaton wasn't the right casting choice to play the Batman, because they thought he only belonged in the comedy genre, given that he played this character in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, released in 1988. But luckily, the studio put up a trailer and it eased some people's minds. And when the movie came out, Michael Keaton proved everyone wrong.
I'm Batman.
As for the supporting cast, each actor fit well into their roles, especially Vicky Vale, played by Kim Basinger. Now yes, I know she screams a lot in this movie, and yes, she's one of the prime examples of a damsel in distress. But still, she does give a memorable impression on you. And she does have good chemistry with Michael Keaton, especially in this scene where Vicky asks Bruce why he wears the mask.
But I don't know what to think of all this. I really don't.
Look, sometimes I don't know what to think about this. It's just something I have to do.
Why?
Because nobody else can.
Alright everybody, it's time to discuss the clown prince of crime himself, Joker, played by Jack Nicholson. Now I know many people have said this before, but I don't care. Jack Nicholson was perfect as the Joker in this movie. Even though he may not be as complex or thought-provoking as most villains, he still comes off as funny, energetic, and pretty frightening, especially in this scene.
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad you did.
Of course, the filmmakers have considered other actors for the role of Joker, such as Tim Curry, John Lithgow, and even Robin Williams. Oh yeah, you heard me right. Robin Williams was considered for the role of the Joker. In fact, he accepted it when the producers approached him. But I soon discovered that they considered Nicholson before meeting up with Williams. And when they met Nicholson again for the second time, they warned him that Williams will take the role if Nicholson said no. So at that moment, Nicholson said yes, and they released Williams from the project. Well, this explains why Robin Williams refused to play the Riddler in Batman Continues, which would then be known as Batman Forever. Producers, man. What a bunch of jerks.
Action and music.
Now, the action was memorable, entertaining, and quite enjoyable, especially in this sequence where Joker's henchman chases Batman in his awesome Batmobile. My gosh, the Batmobile still looks good to this day. Although, I have to admit, there are some aspects of the action that I didn't like. For one, the editing. The editing can be a bit jarring to look at sometimes, especially in this scene. What was that? What the heck? Did he... What? Another thing that I didn't like about the action was the fact that Batman kills in this movie! Okay guys, Batman may be a lot of things, but a killer isn't one of them! Now the music was composed by Danny Elfman, Burton's longtime friend and collaborator. Despite his first time working on a project with a considerable production scale, he pulled it off, even when others thought he wasn't the right man for the job. But Tim Burton knew. He knew that Danny was the right man to create a beautiful theme of the Batman. Although, it is worth mentioning that upon hiring Danny Elfman, the producers initially wanted Prince and Michael Jackson to do the songs, while Danny Elfman would combine the style of the songs for the score. But thankfully, Tim Burton protested the idea, saying he didn't want his movie to be like Top Gun. So they decided to let Elfman compose the score, while Prince wrote some of his songs for the film, which are called Party Man and Trust. When I was a kid, I had a fun time watching these scenes. But now, looking back at them, I don't know, the songs felt a little out of place if you ask me. But to be fair, if it weren't for these songs, we wouldn't have Jack Nicholson going all out with his dance moves. And don't get me started on this other song Prince wrote, which didn't make the final cut of this movie. And it's called Bat Dance. When I first watched this video, there's just no words for it. There are no words to describe what I felt when watching this video. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was something.
Vicky Vale. I like Batman.
Hi.
I mean, hey, if you want to check out this music video, then please, by all means, go click the link in the description below.
The story.
Now I have to give the writers and the director credit for staying faithful to the Batman comic books. The story was dark, intriguing, and it did well capturing the sinister criminal element of Gotham City. Although, if I have to be honest, some aspects of the story didn't age well. There is a lot to unpack here, so I'll only discuss the ones that bugged me the most. First things first, Batman doesn't kill! Look, I'm sorry, I know I said this before, but he just doesn't! He just can't! Secondly, the romance between Bruce and Vicky was a little rushed, if you ask me. Don't get me wrong, I thought the romance between these two was genuine, except the problem is that they first met each other one day, and then the next day, poof, they're sleeping together! Maybe I would have looked past this if the writers established these two knew each other from college or something. But no, after one date, poof, they're officially a couple now. And lastly, for some odd reason, the story's central focus seems to be on Joker rather than Batman. No, I'm serious, think about it. We mainly focus on Joker planning his schemes and committing violent acts, while Batman appears 4 times each night. And Batman doesn't even have an emotional arc. I mean, sure, he did have a goal when he discovered Joker was the one who killed his parents, but that happens near the 3rd act. And even before that happened, Batman wasn't on a mission. He wasn't even on a transformative journey like Robert Pattinson's Batman. He was just reacting to the events that occurs in Gotham City. And that was it really, nothing else. Well, technically, he was doing something else besides crime fighting, which was the relationship he had with Vicky Vale. But we both know it didn't last long. I mean, take a look at the sequels. He must have been pretty busy in the sequels, huh? Overall, my friends, despite its flaws, I consider this a DC classic in my book. Now granted, it's not the most incredible I've seen, and some aspects in this film don't hold up to this day. But that doesn't mean there's nothing to appreciate here. It was well directed, well cast, and well scored. And when this film released, it made its landmark pretty big. It earned $400 million in its box office totals. It received several Saturn Award nominations, including a Golden Globe nomination for Nicholson's performance. And it paved the way for other DC movies and content over the years. Well, technically, it was Superman that made it all possible, but I don't care! It was Batman that made it all possible! That's my version! As I said before, it's not the most outstanding film, but it does hold a special place in my heart. And it's one of those movies that reminds me why I love the DC universe so much. And it's one of the first DC films I've seen that made me in love with the great Batman himself.
Ha! Gay!
Whatever, you loser! Go back to your mama's basement! What was I saying? Anyways, Batman scores an 8 out of 10. And I'd like to give a huge shout out to Dan and Leslie for this awesome gift. I love you guys. I love you so much. This is... I love it so much.
Stop crying!
Hello, my name is Dr. Phil, and I'm not qualified to be a doctor. Y'all know what you're in for. This is my review of The Batman! Directed by Matt Reeves, this is a self-contained DC film, and it has no affiliation with the DC Extended Universe. Before we get started, you should know that this review will contain minimum spoilers ahead. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing for more of my content. Now we got that covered, let's get this review started, because I can't wait anymore! First, the Batman, played by Robert Pattinson. He was phenomenal in this film. He was imposing, intimidating, and he did so well playing as a young billionaire who is trying to figure out what the city needs him to be. As for Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz, she was amazing. And I gotta say, she's probably my favorite version of Catwoman.
You got a lot of cats.
Never think about strays.
Not to mention, her chemistry with Pattinson's Batman was so genuine and heartfelt, which is something that we've been waiting to see again on screen since Batman Returns. Yes, I know Catwoman was in The Dark Knight Rises, and she did have a thing or two with Bruce Wayne, but it was never really fully fleshed out, because we spent the majority of our time with Bruce Wayne and Bane.
Gotham is yours!
And Colin Farrell as the Penguin is no doubt the best casting choice for this film. And you gotta give props to the filmmakers for using prosthetic makeup to fully transform Colin Farrell into the nefarious Penguin. And it shows!
I got you! I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho!
Now, let's talk about our villain, the Riddler, played by Paul Dano. And I gotta be honest with you, he is, no doubt, the scariest version of Riddler I have ever seen. I mean, seriously, compare him with Jim Carrey's The Riddler. This version of the Riddler is a freaking comical character.
Batman, you say? Coming for you!
But in this film, we have a sadistic killer who is always 2 steps ahead of the Batman. And you can't help but wonder what he has in store for Gotham City.
Find the gun!
As for the music, oh man, the music. We gotta talk about the music. It was crescendo, magnifico. It was... Yes. You see, the problem with modern day movies is that they usually depend on generic music scores. But in this film, it's got its own theme song. And it's used it not once, but multiple times throughout the film. And it sticks to you like a piece of tape on your brain. I mean, hey, if that doesn't convince you, take a minute to listen to this. Huh? As for cinematography, every shot in this film looks astonishing and breathtaking. Every shot in this film gives off this aesthetic and gritty appeal of Gotham City. These were the kind of memorable shots that you would remember after watching the movie. I mean, seriously, it's like it's coming straight off of a comic book. As for the action was gritty, visceral, and so freaking intense. And what amplifies the intensity of these action set pieces is that at the end of the day, Batman is just a regular human being. No matter how skilled of a fighter he is, he will still take punches and bullets to his body, which gives this sense of fear of how long Batman is going to take in all the punches and bullets before he falls down to the ground. And I liked how during the fight scenes, you would see his frustration and anger through his facial expressions. Meaning, every time he throws a punch, you would feel his wrath.
The hell are you supposed to be?
Now for the story. The story was well cohesive, engaging, and it went in a direction that we've never explored before in the previous Batman movies. And that is Batman as a detective. Don't get me wrong, there have been previous Batman movies that have showcased Batman as a detective, but they never really go all the way. Except in this film, you would see Batman investigating Riddler's crimes from beginning to the end. And I liked how every other character besides Batman has a pivotal role in this story. Specifically, how they're all connected into this one specific crime case. Think of this movie as a really cool investigation crime story with Batman in it.
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
Overall, my friends, the Batman blew my freaking mind. Robert Pattinson was perfect as Batman, so were the other characters. Riddler was great as a villain. The cinematography and the music was out of this world. I mean, what else can I say? Everything about this film is perfect. I have literally no complaints about this film. Like, none. Well, I do have one. It's a little nitpick. It's the Riddler's screen time appearance. Spoilers, during the second act, after the whole funeral standoff, he disappears from the film. Like, I almost forgot that he was still in this film, until the third act comes along. Other than that, this movie is... There are no words to describe this. I can't! I just can't! After watching this movie, I can certainly say that I cannot wait to see what Matt Reeves has in store for the Batman. The Batman scores a 10 out of 10!
We did it! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! We did it!
That was fun. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please leave a like, and please follow me on Instagram at Dr. Film Rodsets for updates on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. And as always, I will see you guys in our next debate.